Hello everyone, you're listening to 90.8 MHz FM Community Radio from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, Ludhiana. I'm your RJ Jasmine Gill. Today we are gonna talk about the sensitive issue that is breaking the news headlines of every news channel. That is the tension on the borders of Ukraine and Russia. There are so many facts, rumors that are flooded in the news market, but we are here to clarify and to give the simpler version of things that are going around on the borders. So for this, we have Mayank Thakur with us. Mayank, thank you for joining in.
Thank you, Jasmine, for having me.
So we are gonna talk about Russia and Ukraine crisis that are going around the world right now. So Mayank, what and when did it all start?
See, essentially, Ukraine is almost a part of Russia throughout the history.
Okay.
Till 1991, Ukraine was a part of USSR that was mainly run by Russia.
Okay.
And we can look into history and see that many Ukrainians have actually fought for Russia during World War II and World War One. But after the end of World War One, Ukraine declared independence from Soviet Union, from Russian Empire. But due to force and due to pressure, Ukraine had to join again in Soviet Union along with other countries. And till 1991, it was a part of USSR. But interesting fact is that Ukrainians didn't want to be in Soviet Union.
Okay.
Even after pressure and humiliation of very strong and cruel leaders like Stalin and Khrushchev, they used to have a separate national anthem for them, even though it was prohibited. And when finally, because of many things, many issues, economy not working, USSR had to break down, and thus overwhelmingly all the Ukrainians voted for independence, and they got it.
Why are the countries afraid of Russia? Is that just because Russia is a superpower within itself?
Well, see, Russia is not a superpower as of now. US is major superpower, but everyone knows that Russia is the largest country in the world. They have lots of resources, lots of people, strong army right now.
The Russia invaded Ukraine, what would it be? What would be the benefit for the Russia? Like
Happened that if Russia invades Ukraine, then they will have Ukrainians oil fields, and you may know that Ukraine is known as breadbasket of Europe.
Okay. Can we see this war stopped in the near coming future, like in coming days? And what are the demands of Russia for this?
I think that this war is not beneficial for everyone and for Putin as well, because Russians are now protesting in large numbers in Moscow and every city of Russia. You must have heard of Alexei Navalny.
Yeah.
He was jailed by Putin because he tried to expose the corruption that is going on in Russia. They oppose Putin, they oppose the regime, they may end up in jails and they may end up their lives as well. But still knowing this, many people are protesting. And Putin knows that if the war continues, the protest in his hometown will continue, and there will come a day where a coup can happen and he will be removed from power. He knows that. And for Ukraine, if war continues, it is already a lost battle actually. Ukraine cannot fight Russia on its own. 150 million population to 44 million population is no match. And Ukrainian President Zelensky know that US and NATO are not going to help him anytime soon. They may give him weapons, they may give him supplies, but after all, this will not win him the war.
Yeah, of course.
So I think war will end much sooner than we are all expecting, and definitely it would not lead to world war because Putin knows that if he is to remain in power, he have to finish the war very quickly because people are turning against him.
What is the current situation right now in Russia and Ukraine?
As of now, we can see that Russian army is advancing. They, with a large number of tanks, large number of aerial support, are advancing. And I think within a month, if they go on full on attack, they can capture whole of Ukraine. But they won't do it as of now. For Ukraine, every citizen in Ukraine is now holding up arms. It has become mandatory now that all people, men, women, ranging between ages of 18 to 60, have to be drafted in army.
Need to win the war. How can India get impacted by the war?
Well, I think that it's a very big question that how till now we have taken very good steps. We are balanced, we are independent. We have been praised by Russia that we are independent in this matter. Because Russia know that India is reliant on US as well for exports. Interestingly, 3 days back, 3 or 4 days back, India cancelled a deal with US worth 22,000 crores.
Okay.
So that clearly indicates where our support really goes to. But I think if this war continues, not for only India, for all world, the price of oil will increase dramatically. Right now it is in control because of elections, but after elections, price of oil will rocket up if the war
Yeah.
continues.
When a war happens in some country, they get 10 years back.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they actually need to work hard for next 10 years to come where other countries are in terms of economy, in terms of development, in terms of everything that a country requires. Right now, Russia invades Ukraine, then there would be times that when they want to actually invade other small countries too. So currently, Mayank, how many countries are there in support of Ukraine right now? They are the countries that are openly showing the support to the country.
Well, I think today only President of Estonia has shown support to Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
The Ukrainian president has thanked him.
Mm-hmm.
All the countries who voted in favor of Russia to be condemned for this war crime, he has thanked them. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think support will do anything to Zelensky.
Yeah,
Well, for our
definitely.
information, Zelensky is a very brave president. He has shown it. And there was a
Mm-hmm.
meme circulating among Twitter that a comedian turned into a president, and other presidents of US, UK have turned into a joke now because of what they are doing.
Of course, if the president himself is in the war field, that is a big thing for the country altogether.
And compared to what happened in Afghanistan,
Hmm.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani immediately flew away
Flew
taking that
away.
money.
Even US president also offered him space in US that you can come out of Ukraine and you can settle in US also. But he denied that fact and he said that he'll be fighting for his motherland till the
Yes.
last breath.
And that's what giving more strength to the people of Ukraine to work and fight even harder for it. Because when
Definitely.
you see a president walking through streets, which is dangerous, and
Mm-hmm.
wearing the vest, holding the gun, distributing machine guns, and all
Mm-hmm.
politicians, not only president, all MPs, all politicians are now fighting
Mm-hmm.
literally by taking a gun.
They actually stand by the principle of lead by examples.
Exactly, exactly. Which is
So,
missing in many politicians all around the world actually.
yeah, definitely. We have seen Afghanistan story already.
And
So,
I think that maybe play a role in Biden making decisions because he knew that 20 years US military was in Afghanistan.
mm-hmm.
Almost $1 trillion money was spent on it. And the result
Mm-hmm.
was Taliban came again as a government.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's why he is resisting to send forces to Ukraine because of I
Ukraine.
think this only.
Maybe the reason.
And now they are sending weapons to Ukraine, but we need people to use that weapons also,
Yeah,
isn't it?
definitely. Yeah. Arms only can't do anything. You need people, you need the manforce, you need the resources. So let's pray for all the people of Ukraine and all those Indian citizens also who are there in Ukraine. There are many flights that are actually boarding them to India, but still the people who all are there with their need to be safe, and this is all we can pray about. Thank you, Mayank. It was really nice talking to you. There was so new things that came into light after talking to you. Thank you so much. And we'll talk about this topic again. Until then, keep listening to 90.8 MHz FM Community Radio from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, Ludhiana.